What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and today we're going to be looking at some awesome tech that you can pick up for the holidays. We've got a nice tech gift guide, but this time we're doing the baller edition. But don't worry, there's going to be a budget edition as well. There's going to be a few different gift guides coming out for 2020, so you guys are going to want to make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for those videos. But we do have to give a huge shout out to GoPro for sponsoring this portion of the video, and they actually have the first product on this list, which is actually pretty dope. This is the GoPro Hero 9 Black. Now we all know GoPro. They're the ones who created the whole go anywhere, do anything camera category. And every year they come out with a camera that beats the last one. And this one does a lot more. Now the thing I like about GoPros beyond their size and durability is the fact that they're actually user friendly. So whether you're a professional or you're just the average consumer, you'll be able to pick this thing up and pretty much get into it without having to rack your brain around settings or anything like that. I mean, honestly, I can just press this one button up here and I'm already rolling. I'm shooting some footage of Jay shooting me. But it's that simple to get in here and start capturing whatever it is that you want to capture. Thank you. Now, even though this is super user-friendly, that doesn't mean you don't get access to a bunch of pro settings. You can easily use the touchscreen in the back to find your menu options. But what's cool is that when you're in here, you can actually go ahead and edit a lot of the different menu options and camera settings. So there's a lot that professionals are used to when it comes to like DSLRs or, you know, professional grade cameras that you have access to here. But what's also great is the fact that you do have a nice looking touchscreen that you can see your content from. But not only that, you also have it in the front. So now, no matter how you're using the camera, you'll be able to see what you're capturing. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to be pointing this in a direction thinking you're capturing yourself and you have no idea. So it is a really nice addition that GoPro added this front-facing screen. No matter how you're holding the camera, you can see what's going on. And not to mention, these GoPros are insanely tough. Honestly, did you feel the material this is made out of, Jay?
I think it's metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's metal.
That's tough, man. You can even let your kids play with it. They shouldn't be able to break this thing, which is nice. I might strap this onto Austin and see what a day in his life is like. That could be fun. One thing that I also really like is that this is waterproof up to 33 feet right out of the box. So remember back in the day, you had to use like a special cage. Nah, this thing, you throw it in the water now and you're good. You don't have to worry about this thing messing up on you. So if you're getting this for someone who maybe lives a very active lifestyle, or you just want a nice camera that you can pop out very easily to take anywhere with you and just capture moments, this is definitely a good pickup. One thing that I like is, check this out, guys. GoPro now has a ton of accessories to improve your experience with the camera itself. One of my personal favorites is this little cage over here. This is the GoPro Media Mod. So you can actually just take the GoPro, let me take off the door here, and then you can put it inside of here. And so now you have basically a cage for your GoPro. Cages allow you to add on accessories, all kinds of stuff. This is basically that. It up top includes a microphone, so you have a built-in microphone in the actual cage. You can throw a like windscreen on here. You can throw on this little light, and you get all kinds of like handles and grips. So there's a ton that you can throw onto here. So super tiny, durable camera that can do a lot. Shoots up to 5K footage, so you get some really high quality stuff. You can even lock it in vertical mode, so if you want to, you know, do some TikTok challenges, you could do that here too. There's just like a lot of options and flexibility. So if you guys are interested in picking one up, definitely head on over to gopro.com/UrAvgConsumer. I personally really like this as a gift because it can just do so much. So again, huge shout out to GoPro for sponsoring this portion of the video. But now, let's talk about something else that I think would be a great pickup if you know someone who cares about audio, especially TV audio. So right here, guys, we have the Sonos Arc. Now, I've been a huge fan of Sonos for years. Their sound bars are amazing. Couple that with the subwoofer, and I'm telling you guys, you're going to have an awesome experience. Now, the Sonos Arc is their latest soundbar. and it sounds really good. I was waiting for this particular soundbar to come out since like last year as Dolby Atmos got more and more popular. And for those who don't know what Dolby Atmos is, basically it'll allow you to have this surround sound effect that not only works from the front, but also the top of your room. So what this does is it'll fire some sound upward and have it bounce down on you. So if you've got like planes flying in the movie or a game, whatever it may be, and it supports Dolby Atmos, you'll be able to hear things flying over you. It's an awesome experience. One thing that I like about this is that you can stream music to it as well. You don't have to have it connected to your TV to, use it. You can use it right from your phone. You can connect your music listening services like Apple Music, Spotify, that kind of stuff. And listening to music on this, mwah, it sounds good. What's also cool is the fact that it features AirPlay too. So if you have an iPhone or any Apple product and you want to just send some music over to there, it makes it really easy to just listen on a much, much nicer speaker. So definitely recommend. It's not cheap, but you're a baller, right? So it's okay. But all jokes aside, this one does get my seal of approval. I love their products. They sound awesome. Wholeheartedly recommend it. But while we're up here, I figured we could talk about this guy over here. This is the Dyson V11. And this is, listen, this is the most fun vacuuming you'll ever have, trust me. So if you guys aren't familiar with Dyson vacuums, they've got this like laser gun kind of vibe to it. Looks really cool and futuristic, but not only that, it actually works very well. And this one has like a ton of tech inside of it. So first things first, just using it, you kind of hold it like this. You've got your little trigger right here to turn it on. And then you can just go like that. Now, did you guys hear it kick up a little bit? Well, the Dyson V11 is smart enough to know when it's on a carpet or something like a hardwood floor, and it can change the amount of power that it sends to the vacuum so that it can pick up more things when it's on a carpet or, do a little bit less when it's on hardwood floor, since that's a little bit easier. Check this out. This thing is intelligent enough to do it all on its own. And what's cool about the V11 is that they introduced this touchscreen so you can see exactly how much time you have left with the charge that you currently have. And you can change the modes from here as well. So if you want to do eco mode, you don't want to burn up all of your battery, or if you want to do auto, so it does the auto detect, or if you want to do a boost, so you can just get the maximum out of it. Maybe you spilled some cinnamon on your carpet. I don't know what are they spilling on their carpets, Jay? Everything. So this thing picks up everything in boost mode. This is a clutch vacuum. Not cheap, but we've been through this. You're balling. But no, this is absolutely worth it. And it also has other cool things like a built-in HEPA filter, which actually looks kind of gross here. So when it's picking up stuff, it's not blowing the air from the floor or the dirt onto you. It's actually capturing it down here. So what's getting blown out in your direction is nice, fresh, clean air. So I wholeheartedly love this. Definitely a good pickup and very easy to empty out too. Am I old for recommending a tech vacuum, Jay? There you go. Jay's young. Now, the next thing that we have is actually in this room over here. And what we've got is this, the Oculus Quest 2. Now, you've probably seen VR in the past that requires you to be attached to a computer. You gotta plug it in and do all that. Not with this. The Oculus Quest made it very easy to just have VR in the headset itself and you're good to go. Now, this is the second iteration of it, so they went ahead and made some improvements. They changed the ergonomics of the controller, so these are easier to use. Now, I know there aren't a ton of people who just sit there and think, I need a VR headset. But I'm telling you, as a gift, you give someone this thing and it is an awesome experience. They might not be thinking I need it, but once you have it, you'll be really happy, trust me. And while I know we aren't doing the whole big social gatherings thing anymore, when you do have a few people over safely, it is actually a really cool party trick to say, hey, let's play on the Oculus. You throw this thing on, you guys are having a blast for a few hours easily.
Can you have two and play together?
I don't think that you can, but Oculus, if you're listening, 2 players, that's actually pretty dangerous, Jay. If I'm swinging around while you're swinging around, we might start fighting, man. But for real, this thing is a really good time if you just want to escape and go into a whole new world. I think the Quest 2 is really fun. Beyond just playing games in virtual reality, you can watch content in virtual reality, which is cool. You can even watch Netflix or YouTube. Crazy stuff. It's like you have a whole theater in front of you. It's pretty awesome. So the Oculus Quest 2 definitely makes a great gift. Just take my word for it. All right, guys, so for the next few products, we have to bring it down to the man cave. And over here, we've got something I've mentioned before on the channel. These are the Nomad base stations. This is the Base Station Pro, and this is the base station with an Apple Watch charger. Basically what these are, they're wireless charging pads that support multiple devices. Nomad makes some really high quality gear, and these are just awesome as a gift. Now, I've been a fan of this particular model for a few years now because not only can it charge multiple devices, but it can also charge the Apple Watch. So let's say you've got this thing down, you can just throw down your AirPods, throw down like your iPhone, and you can see they'll charge at the same time. And if you've got an Apple Watch, you can go ahead and charge that as well. So right there, boom, you have the trifecta. You've got everything that you want charging at one spot. But let's say you don't like the idea of having to put things down precisely in the right spot, because even this one, you do have to do that a bit. You have this bigger version. This is the Base Station Pro. And this one basically allows you to just throw it down wherever you want, and it'll detect where it is and send the Qi wireless charging to it. And then you take this guy over here, and boom. I believe there is an additional piece that you can add on so that you can have the Apple Watch charging over here. I don't have that piece, so I still like this one because it's built into it. What's cool about this one, it also supports charging 3 devices at the same time. So I definitely think these are a solid pickup for anybody who has like multiple devices that they take with them on a daily basis. Charge them all up at night or at work, depending on where you place it. Very good stuff. Oh, and while we're here, we also have these headphones. You guys have heard me talk about the Microsoft Surface Headphones 2 in the past. Now, I really like these. These are a nice solid pair of headphones. They sound great. And what's also really cool about these is that they have these rings on the side where you can control the volume on the right side. And since these are active noise canceling headphones, you can control just how much active noise canceling you want the headphones to produce. I love that kind of control, no buttons, no having to go into an app to kind of change those settings, just some simple dials. It's really, really nice. Now, one of the coolest things about these headphones is that they support pairing up to like 10 different devices at the same time, and switching between audio with different devices is so seamless, and it pairs very easily with Windows. So it makes sense. It's Microsoft Surface headphones. They sound great, and they have some really awesome features with great active noise canceling. So I like these a lot. And I think they dropped the price from the originals. The originals were like $350 or something. I think you can get these for like 250 bucks now. Well worth it at that price range. So if you know some audio lovers or someone who just has like a ton of devices, it's a good pickup. Now, next up, we have something that I feel super confident recommending, especially with its latest updates. So what we've got right here, you guys, is the MacBook Air. Typically, recommending a MacBook Air, it's like, yeah, you know, nice, portable. Now that Apple has updated it with their new M1 chip, check this out. Not only is it super fast, turning it on is almost, it's instant. Instant on. As soon as you open it, boom, you're ready to go. It's a much different laptop now than it's been in the past. So you still got the same portability. Grab this, take it around, you know, web browse, whatever you want to do. But now it's so much more powerful. You can even do things like video editing, photo editing, anything that would typically be out of the scope of a MacBook Air handling, it can do that now. So even if you are doing intensive work like video editing or maybe developing, writing code, that kind of stuff, you're not gonna have to worry about this thing getting loud on you, stay super quiet. And not only that, even if you don't have to do anything crazy, you get insane battery life now. Apple has made these very, very power efficient. And honestly, it's probably going to be one of my go-to laptop recommendations for around $1,000. And you can go up a tier if you want stuff like more storage, but overall at $999, this is a really, really good buy. Now, I know $1,000 is still no joke, but for what this thing can do and, you know, the expectations that you can put on it, it is well worth it. So yes, this is the laptop that I'm recommending at the end of the year. But now we have to move on to something that's a bit more obvious. What we've got over here, you guys, are the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Now, yes, don't be mad at me. I know they're sold out everywhere, but if you were wondering if they're worth the hype, is there really a good reason for them to be selling out? Yes, there is, folks. These are the next generation consoles, and when you're actually playing them, it feels like it. Now, I'm not gonna do a huge comparison or anything between these two because this is not that kind of video, but if you can snag any of these, whoever's on the opposite end of this gift is going to be really happy. They're both very fast now, so getting into games is super quick. The Xbox Series X has this awesome quick resume feature that allows you to jump from game to game very quickly. Even if you turn off the console, turning it back on, getting into a game happens very fast. And when it comes to the PlayStation 5, not only is this thing massively beautiful, but it's also very quick, and the controller is new and it feels great. If you're wondering whether or not these new consoles are actually worth the $500 that they cost, I'm telling you, they are. But let's say you don't want to spend the money on either of these. You can always go with the less expensive Xbox Series S. Now this one's only gonna cost you $300, so that's quite a substantial savings. Now it's not quite as powerful as the big brother Xbox Series X, but if you're a casual gamer or you're a person you're purchasing this for is a casual gamer, maybe they don't take gaming that seriously, you can definitely pick this up, get that next generation console experience without having to shell out the extra $200. It's still just as fast as the bigger brother. You just don't get as great a graphics. It's definitely worth picking up and has a lot of value considering it's also so small. Like this thing can fit in just about anywhere with no problem. When it comes to these two systems, whew, you gotta figure out where you're putting it. Look at that, this thing can fit in between these with no problem. But I think that about wraps it up for this video, you guys. Hopefully this has been helpful. I stand by all of the products mentioned in this video because I personally used all of them. So if you guys are interested, I'll have links down below in the description to everything that I talked about today. Sorry in advance for these two. They're just selling out like hotcakes. It's not my fault, you guys, but they are great gifts and they're worth all the money. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll have the other videos that I'm doing in this tech gift guide series down below in the description as well. So depending on which comes out first, I don't know, but the list will be updated with all of the different price ranges. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be the cool guy, girl that gives this video a thumbs up. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your average consumer. Peace. Now I'm gonna play me some Xbox, some Apex Legends. Apex needs to just sponsor me by now.